wondering if you would put your thinking caps on and remember a time when you just felt completely out of place. Maybe you felt like you didn't belong, or someone didn't want you around, or maybe a whole bunch of kids had decided that they didn't like you for whatever reason. Maybe it's the way you walk, or the way you talk, or the clothes you wear. I don't know, just anything. Can you remember a time like that? When you weren't sure if you fit in? Because I had a time like that this week. I woke up a few days ago, and I had these weird bumps on my face and on my head. And then by the next morning when I woke up, my face started to be swollen. And then when I went to the doctor, he said I had this thing called shingles. Ask your parents and your grandparents, they'll tell you all about it. And it hurt. And then by the next day, it was even more swollen. And then my eye was swollen shut. And you know what I was thinking about? Poor me. I can't go out in public looking like this. I can't go tell the children's story on Sabbath morning when I look so weird. I'll probably scare little kids, and people will look at me and they'll judge me or evaluate how good I am or how smart I am, or I don't know, just the way we are. You know how we can be. And so when I was sitting there thinking and feeling so sorry for myself, I remembered a field trip that I took with my kids. Have you ever eaten Jelly Bellies? Or been to the Jelly Belly factory? We took a field trip there to the Jelly Belly factory, and we saw every kind of wonderful Jelly Belly. And we were told that Jelly Bellies have to be a certain way to measure up to the standard of Jelly Bellies. They have to be just a certain size, and when the name gets printed out, it has to be printed out in just a certain way, or else they get judged. And people come along and go, ooh, you don't fit, and those Jelly Bellies are called flops, belly flops. And belly flops get a bad reputation, and somebody along the line somewhere, some judge looks at them and goes, nope, 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 you do not cut the mustard. You do not make the grade because you look weird. And this is what Jelly Belly flops look like. And not only do they look weird, but you can buy these guys for about half what you can buy the regular acceptable Jelly Bellies for. Have you ever felt like a belly flop? I am feeling a little floppish this week. And I began to remember, though, what happened is we bought some of those belly flops, and because they were so cheap. And the kids popped the flop into their mouths, and guess what they tasted like? What do you think, good or yucky? They tasted really good. In fact, if your eyes were closed, you couldn't tell the difference whether it was a belly flop or a Jelly Belly. And I began to think, that is exactly what Jesus is telling me this week. It doesn't really matter what my face looks like or what the bumps look like. And thank goodness that the swelling went down a lot from the last few days to today. But still, that doesn't matter because it's what's on the inside. It's what Jesus wants to use me to tell you that matters. And so this week, when you're thinking and feeling maybe a little bit like a flop, a belly flop, you can remember that when God looks at you and He judges you or evaluates you or decides how important you are, how much you're worth, He thinks you are priceless and precious because He sees what's on the inside. And He also knows that He's covered you up with His goodness and His righteousness. So this week, no belly flops. You get to remember that God sees something amazing when He touches